The project that I actually worked on, that I had to do exploration like that, but it was not for mining, was that was a very interesting one. It was for there is a medical condition in Central West Africa and East Africa called podogonosis, and some medical teams have done a lot of research, and it makes your feet swell like elephantitis. You just have big feet. So they couldn't. Elephantitis is caused by a worm called Luo, I think so. Yeah. But they test those patients and discovered they didn't have that worm in their bloodstream, so they couldn't figure it out. But the one thing based on surveys that they could tell is that all of them were farmers. So regular people didn't have it, but everybody who had that particular condition without the worm that caused the disease is a farmer. So once it came to our research group, we as geologists was like, if they are farmers, we know farmers in our hometowns who walk barefooted because it's easier. They don't put on shoes and they use the hose to till the soil. So some soil particles might be getting into their feet that blocks the pores and cause that. That was just a theory. So we ran with that theory and the medics said that's possible. So the next set of exploration now we had to use our mining exploration skills to collect soil samples now in the city, and there's topsoil, not underground. And that for that particular project we threw a grid over my region northwest of Cameroon, and the grid was 4 by 4 kilometers. We just threw a grid there, and we took GPS coordinates of the center of each of those grids. That's where we had the center of each of those grids, and then we had a buffer of 100 meters within that center. So if you just get within that point, you pick a soil sample on the surface, and then we dig a little bit further, about 15 centimeters deep, and get another soil sample. So we have topsoil and bottom soil samples. I think in that project we had to collect 360 soil samples within that grid, and we were four of us that had to do that. Yep, four of us, and we had to finish it in three. We had to finish that project in 3 months. We don't have roads like here, so you just find someone, you hire them to carry your bags. Like I'll hire when I go to any village, I hire two people, a local that knows his way around. I know where I'm going to, but I'm not sure there's a road to go there. But if you find a local hunter or a farmer, they know. I'm going to this river based on my map and satellite imagery. I know how the place looks like. Describe it to them. Oh, there's a road that goes there. If there's no road there, we have to create a road to go there. So it's a very intense process. You get up, chop, and then you have food in your back. It's what people call a backpacking and hiking for fun. It was not fun. It was my job, and sometimes my life depended on it to be able to do that and plan it right. If not, you get lost. You run out of food and water. People have been known to die doing exploration because they didn't plan ahead of time, or you did not hire a local and went to areas they're not supposed to go, and you might have an accident. If you're alone, nobody's there to help you. So it takes a lot to do exploration like that. But with the skill, you could always have jobs left and right to do stuff like that. And that was so interesting because at the end of the day, those soil samples were analyzed as well as the blood samples of patients, and we could see that they were both high in some clay particles. Clays, aluminium. Clay is an aluminium silicate, so it's high in aluminium and silicon. So there's a peak in those two minerals in the patients and the soil samples. So they discovered that the soil was seeping into the pores of their legs. And then because clay expands, it expands and seals those pores. Your body is trying to fight it out. Your immune system is trying to fight it out. So it tends to swell and trap water. So that's what caused it. And the solution was simple. The farmers just had to wear shoes and that solved the problem. So it took a couple of years to get that project done.